Alright guys, today I'm working on a 2018 Honda Odyssey timing belt. First off, the procedures, I took the tire off already. I'm just gonna take this off, the fender well, inner fender well, to remove. I've got to remove the balancer in there. I'm gonna do that first. And once I take this off, I'm just gonna move this back here, back behind the strut right here, so I can get access to that balancer. Then I'll get back with you. All right, got the inner fender well off. This is the crank or balancer hold tool right here. 19 millimeter fits in there. You just hold it, spin it off. First, gotta take the serpentine belt off, which I believe was a 17 millimeter. Pull that with a long 3/8 drive or whatever you have. And you take the belt off right down here. Got the harmonic balancer off, So here's the hold tool. It's just an Amazon thing. Fits in there. Bolt fits in there. Heavy duty socket's heavier on the end of the 19 millimeter to break that loose. I suspect I could have got it off without using this hold tool with this 1/2-inch drive Milwaukee, but when you're putting it back on, I do believe you would need that hold tool to torque it down. But we'll get to that point when we get to it. All right, we got it all torn apart. Sorry I didn't video it. But I got the serpentine belt tensioner off. So this is top dead center. The crankshaft is with that little, I paint marked it with the purple. Sorry about the lighting here. And then on top, the front camshaft. Try to get a picture of it, a video of it. So you can see in the lower corner, there's a number 1. It's got to be aligned with the casing, and also in the back, but there's no number 1 or any numbers on that one. That one's got to be aligned. I have the timing belt tension. Let me crawl under here. Sorry about the lighting and stuff, but I got that tension with the bolt right there. And I stuck a cotter pin in there. That's the hydraulic tensioner right there. What that does is create slack in the belt. Now I'm gonna loosen this, take that off. It'll come off pretty easy, and then just start taking it off. And I'll update you when everything else is off. And I also, when I was doing all that, I started draining the coolant, so we're gonna change the water pump, so we gotta take the engine mount off eventually. Alrighty, we'll be back. Alright, I got this thing torn apart. Made a big mess when I pulled that water pump off. Get the water pump off. And the motor mount, passenger side motor mount, timing belt. Now, gotta put the water pump back on. and start putting it back together. I'd say I'm officially 50% done now. Halfway. All right, let's go. All right, back with you. Just trying to get the timing belt on. This part of the belt right here doesn't supposed to have any slack in it, but down here. So the hard part is getting it all the way around, because it's a new belt. It's not, doesn't have any slack in it. It's not worn around this front cam pulley. This thing was getting in the way. You can just zip tie it to the engine lift point right there. But got the new water pump on, the tensioner on down there, and the idler pulley. We're getting it done. And water pump is torqued to 109 inch-pounds. The idler is torqued to 33. I'll put all this in the comments below. But if you have any questions doing this, just comment on it, and I'll answer you pretty quickly. Thank you. We'll get back with you in a second. All right, for anybody who's wondering about this tensioner setup, it's a hydraulic tensioner. It comes new with this pin in it. Trying to see the old one. Old one, I just put a cotter pin in there to hold it back. But you do use I use a metric 6 by 50 millimeter long bolt right there. And right now I'm just taking the, I'm just tensioning the belt. You can see, I'll try to film it. Sorry about the video quality down here. But you could see, look closely, the belt getting tighter. And after I take this bolt out, right there, that bolt does not stay in there, by the way. After I take that bolt out, I'll rotate the engine over by hand, see if anything hits in the engine, which I pray not to. Pray it doesn't. I have to take it all back apart and do it again, but all my lines are lined up, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm gonna take the spark plugs out of it. I gotta replace the spark plugs anyways, so I was gonna take the spark plugs out, and so they gotta replace them anyways. All right. Taking these spark plugs out, it's just pretty hard to get these connectors off. I broke this one. The other two, I got them off, but these back here are gonna be fun. I can't even see them, so I'm just feeling around. I took the bolts out, so I don't try to pull the coil pack out and undo it like that. So I don't have any other tips. It says push. It says push right here on the back end of it, but I did that, put a screwdriver under that, pushed it back down, popped it back up, and it still broke. So I don't have any tips for that one. I wish I did, but if I think of something, I'll let you guys know. Timing belt's all good. Still got to rotate the engine after I take these spark plugs out. I'll get back with you again. Thank you. All right, I found the tip to give y'all. I'm doing these spark plugs. Take some needle nose pliers. Well, back there anyways, I did this. Get behind the connector, pinch it like this, right there. That's where you're gonna wanna pinch it, and then pull it back. that worked easiest for me back there. So, and I spun it over about 3 times just now, and everything's lined up, nothing's hitting. So we'll continue buttoning her up. I put some Loctite on this bolt right here, some red Loctite, and just a drop of red Loctite on that tensioner bolt. And back here on the actual hydraulic tensioner, I just put just a drop of blue, that's it. Yeah, those are torqued to 9 foot-pounds, 33 foot-pounds. Water pump is 104 inch-pounds. And this right here, that tensioner is 19 foot-pounds. Main tensioner bolt. Other than that, we'll just keep going on the spark plugs, and I'll put some anti-seize. Put some anti-seize on it, and some dielectric grease on the boots. Uh-oh. Hopefully that one works. Tag on. I just dropped that. I put that one on the front just in case. Well, that sucks, but here's the spark plugs. Doesn't look that good right up there, but none of them were wet. They all were pretty good burn, so pretty good burn in the cylinder, so I'm happy about that. We'll keep on chugging along, get the motor mount on this one side. It's 3 14mm bolts in there. The bottom had red Loctite on it. This is the first time doing this belt, so I'm guessing that's red Loctite from the factory. We'll put some back on there. None of these were Loctite on this motor mount that bolts to the frame right there. And we'll get back with you in a second. All right, guys, the fun part of every Honda 3.5 liter. The dreaded balancer bolt. So it's torqued to 47 foot-pounds, and then another 60 degrees. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Here's the hold down. All right. Now I'll link the part. It's you can get them for like $20 or something on Amazon. So. Let's see the best way to do it. All right. I'm gonna torque it down, and then I'll get back with you. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I might be breathing heavy after this. Okay. All right, the 47 foot-pounds wasn't bad at all, but it's just a pain in the butt. I tried to hold it with my hand and torque it at the same time, but I just let it go up toward the lower control arm and it's fine. But here's a 60 degree. This ain't really much either, honestly. I just gotta get situated. 37. There it is. Come out to be 286 foot-pounds. Good Lord. Well, that ain't much, really. Not as much as some Cat 3408 main caps. I'm talking about a lot then. All right. It looks good now. Pretty easy job. It's dark now because I had to go get a bite to eat with my wife and put the kids down and stuff, but back out here again. All I gotta do is the serpentine belt now and then drain the oil out and then fire it up. And after this, I'll show you what tools and part number and everything else I used. All finished. Got the inner fender well back. Some new little fasteners there and such, so this will be pretty much for the first startup. So let's see how it goes. All right. Now I'm going to relearn the throttle body out here, because I did clean that, and I'll do that on my Alto. Sounds pretty good. Alright, got my Alto hooked up here. I know y'all don't need to watch all this stuff, but alright, we aren't in any of those other countries. The US of A. Alright, I think it's hut functions. Throttle. I tab the engine off. Come on, baby. See. Ignition on, do not start engine. Alright, this is what we want. As a tool, we'll reset throttle position. Learning value. Need to clean at the same time. All right, we already cleaned it. Yes. It's been cleared, notice. Clean the throttle body. Well, I did that already. Throttle valve and relay are activated automatically. Let's see. Yeah, I heard it. All right, now I want to we changed the oil in it. Tool. Should have been all tail tutorial right here. Replacement reset. Okay. Yes. Changed the transmission fluid about a month ago. Okay. Wait. All right, guys. So this is the parts, the part box I use. I think you can get it on Amazon as well, but I got it off of, I believe, Rock Auto, maybe. And this is a serpentine belt part number. So I used a 14 millimeter, 10 millimeter, of course. All Hondas use 10, 14, and a 17. I think the only 17 I used is for the serpentine belt tensioner. 19 millimeter is the crank bolt, and let's see, 3-inch stab ratchet, 1/4 inch is helpful. And just various pliers and stuff, and that's about it. Of course, you need a 22 millimeter to take the lugs off. But yeah, this is my shop. This is my work area. This is my first pretty much video like that, so it's not very big, but it gets the job done. Appreciate you watching, and if you have any comments to improve anything, just let me know.